everybody, welcome to Kitchen Talk. I'm so glad you guys can come into the kitchen with me today. I really appreciate every week when you come into the kitchen and spend just a little bit of your time with me. I appreciate all the support that you've given me over the last 6 months. I really do. And I just want to say thank you for that before we get started. And also, you guys know what the routine is. You need to go ahead, look down there at the bottom of your screen down there, and go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Go ahead and hit that share button and share my video with your family and friends. And if you have not become a follower of Granna, or this is your first time watching one of my videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and become one of my subscribers, okay? All right. So let's go ahead and get it popping off into the kitchen today. I don't really have too much planned for today, so I might be hopping around from here and there. I am also preparing me a little lunch and slash dinner while we talk today. And I go ahead and tell you what I got going on with that. I bought about a pound of shrimp. And I bought the deveined shrimp and everything, already shelled off, so that I wouldn't have to do that. So I washed my shrimp real good, patted it dry. And once I did that, I seasoned it up. I did some Creole seasoning here. I have to have my onion and garlic powder, so I did my onion and garlic powder. And I sprinkled a little bit of this roasted garlic herb seasoning, and I just mixed all that together with my shrimp, seasoned it all up real good. Then I put my shrimp in a Ziploc bag, and I pulled some olive oil, which is, well, the grapeseed. This is grapeseed oil. I put some of that in there and just mixed it all up real good and let it sit and marinate for about, I probably left it in there for about 10 minutes, okay? So once I did that, then I sprayed down my baking sheet with some spraying oil, canola oil, just sprayed it down, you know, and then I just put my shrimp on there and stuck it in the oven, and I'm just baking it. And once that get done, I am going to, I'm gonna just eat some with some melted butter, okay? And then I'm gonna save the rest of it for later on for my dinner, and I am going to, put it with some rice and some broccoli. I'm gonna, you know, make some rice, put my shrimp on top of that, and then steam me some broccoli to go with that. So that's like 2 meals in one. I'm done for the rest of the day. I got all that together, okay? So it's in the oven cooking. It's been in there for about 15 minutes now. I'm gonna give it about maybe 5 more minutes, and then I will take them out of the oven, okay? Okay, so there's still a lot of stuff going on in this world today. You know, we still have people protesting. We still have this coronavirus that we're having to deal with. And I think a lot of people have gotten away from the coronavirus, or it's not in the forefront of their minds because of everything else that's going on. But we need to continue to follow those guidelines with this coronavirus. It is still killing people. People are still contacting this virus, and they still have not came up with an antidote for this virus yet. You know, people are still, you know, they was already not completely on board. You know, you were still seeing people out without their masks, but now, you know, it's like everybody is kind of like, that I've seen with me going out and about, everybody's walking around like normal. You know, I've seen more people without a mask and you know, just out and about. I see people in groups and everything. So I just think we need to get back on focus with that. First of all, we need to get back on focus and try to minimize this coronavirus again, because with everything else that's going on in the world, with all the protests and everything, there's so many large groups getting together that it's spreading. You know, it's still spreading and stuff. So I just wanted to throw that out there, you know, with the coronavirus. And then, you know, people are still protesting. People are still getting their voice out there and wanting their voice to be heard. And I am all about protesting. I'm all about speaking your voice. You know, I'm all about that, you know, doing it in a unviolent way. Of course, I don't want any violence or anyone getting hurt behind trying to speak their voices, okay? I was watching the news. You know, I'm always watching the news, and there was some entertainers or people in the world that we see on a daily basis that's on the TV. They was saying that they was having some of their white friends to ask them, you know, what is it that we should do? What should we do? You know, I don't even think that's a question that should be asked by the whites or anyone else, any other race, because this is something, you know, that has been going on forever, and it's been even more within the last few years when it comes to police brutality. You know, we're seeing it on the news all the time. Some of the incidents that happen in some of the smaller towns and cities and country towns and stuff, we don't hear about it as much. It doesn't make national news, but it's still happening. And you know, and I don't think it should take a black person to tell a white person what you should do. I mean, just out of being a human being, you should see that it's wrong. We shouldn't have to open your eyes, even though that's what this murder of George Floyd did. It opened the eyes of the world, and it should not have taken him losing his life or that happening to him being murdered to open your eyes, because it happens all the time. You know, there is, and I've said it many times, there are good cops out there and there's bad cops. You know, and when you get those bad ones that pull the other ones in or can manipulate them or into doing what's wrong, then that's just making it worse. That's just adding on to that hatred. That's just adding on to that team. You know, so I don't think it should take a black person to tell a white person what to do or how to act with this situation that's going on, because any human being should know that it's wrong and should know that they should be speaking out on it and telling the world that it's wrong, you know. I mean, all you got to do is go back in your history and look at your history and see from even, you know, back in the slavery days when all this started, how the authority or the policemen used their authority to brutalize African Americans. And that's just a fact. That's a history fact. Yeah, I know they covered a lot of that stuff up in your history books and when you went to school and they didn't teach you all that. But these days, the way technology is, you don't need to do a history book. All you got to do is just Google it and you will find out all this. So I don't agree with them. Oh, well, my friend called me and asked me, well, what should I do? They shouldn't have to call you and ask you anything. No. You know, and then I was watching on the news, this country group, Lady Annabella, you know, the country group, they are changing their name from Lady Annabella to just Lady A, because they said that they did not realize or did not, I guess, understand the impact that Annabella had with slaves. And they didn't realize, you know, how that connected together and everything. And they did not take that name or do that name because of slavery, enslavement, or anything like that. They was doing a photo shoot at Annabella home, and that's where they got their name from. Well, they shouldn't even have to now just becoming aware now that Annabella was a part of slavery, because all the homes that was built back then, because of their agricultural building and all that, they was owned by slave masters and you know, blacks. We didn't own those homes, and those homes was named Annabella's, and all of them was owned by slave owners. And you know, and probably if you look down to the root of it, we as African Americans was probably the ones that built those homes for them. I know we had ran those homes. We was the maids in those homes. We were the cooks in those homes. We took care of the children of the masters, the wives and the master. We took care of their children. We raised their children. And all those homes back in that day, in the slavery days, the plantation owners owned those big homes. You know, they owned those homes, and they, you know, I don't know why you would not know that Annabella Homes was a part of slavery. And it was. And you don't even have to go back in your history book and try to find it. You just Google it. You know, if you Google it, it's going to tell you that, you know. I mean, I'm not knocking them for changing their name. I'm not knocking them for not being aware, because they're not the only ones out there that's not aware, or they're not the only ones. You know, when people say they're not aware, or people are not aware of something and they don't do their research to see what's going on or see what it is, you know, a lot of times they do that. You know, they do it for whatever reason they want to, but just my opinion, I think people don't want to know the real reason, because they may dig up some roots showing that back in the day of generations back in their generation line, back in their family line, that there was someone in their family that may have been a slave owner, that may have had a part in slavery, or, you know, or anything like that. So I'm not saying they should be the one totally hold accountable, but it's just a part of it. And if that's the way it turns out, then that's just the way it turns out. Okay. So, you know, props to them changing their names, coming to the realization that Annabella is a part of the slavery and all that. So kudos to them. Okay. All right, let me pull these shrimps out, because they should be ready. I'm gonna pull them out because we're almost out of time. All right. So I'm gonna pull those shrimps out, turn my oven off, and I'm gonna put some on this platter here to move them over. I would hold this whole thing up, but it's hot. Oh wow, they smell good. They smell amazing. They smell amazing. Put them over here. So you guys, you know, it's just something that's been on my mind today. Just a little something to talk about. You know, I'm not judging anyone. That's not my place to do that. Okay, that's not my place to judge anyone. You know, you have to look up your own history. You have to go back and do your own research, make your own decision on it, you know. But, you know, just like they say, why are we always saying Black Lives Matters? We say that because we are one of the races. We are the main race that's always being brutalized. We are the ones that's always being thought of as doing something wrong or being thuggish or whatever the case is. You know, all lives matters. Of course, all life matter. God breathes, He breathes into us, to each one of us daily, on a daily basis. We would not be able to get up out of bed in the mornings. God did not breathe His breath into us. So all life does matter, but until you live the life of an African American, then you just, I don't think you would truly understand what we're saying when we say all life matter. Yes, all life matter, but hey, come on, we matter. We're the one that's being killed in a great amount. We're the one that's being brutalized, you know, and then it takes months and months before they put the information out there, because they're trying to, in my opinion, they say they investigated, but in my opinion, they're trying to find ways to cover it up. And that's just another known fact, okay? Check this out. Here's my shrimps. Here we go. Look at them. Here you go, in shrimps right here, looking all good. Got them all seasoned up, okay? Let me take a bite of one real quick, and then I'm gonna let you guys get out of here. And like I said, you can steam these shrimps, you can fry them, you can put them on a grill, you know, whatever you wanna do, you know, whatever you wanna do. This is just something I just wanna throw them in the oven and let them do their thing. Okay, let me just put this in this butter. All right, got that butter on there. Oh wow, those are so good. Wow, those are so good. I mean, I can taste all that seasoning, and by me letting them marinate a little bit. Wow, so good. All right, so you guys know what I'm about to do. You already know. When I finish up with you guys, it's on. It's gonna. It may not even be none left for my dinner tonight. Okay. Thank you guys for hanging out in the kitchen with me today. I'm approaching my 15 minutes. I was trying to keep it shorter. You guys have a great day. Wear your mask. Take care of yourself. Be kind to everybody you come in contact with. And just live the best life you can, okay? Live your best life. And I'm going to see you guys next time around, okay?